listening to Tyger Smith Shooting with Friends podcast. All views and opinions of our guests are theirs alone. They don't necessarily reflect how we feel here at the UWC Network or the UWC Network podcasts. If they say something that offends you, I apologize in advance. If you would like to sit down and speak about why what they said offended you, we are all ears and we are eager to have that conversation. If I say something that offends you, I apologize. This is your moment to not press play. Doing so, you understand you are opening yourself up to a situation where you may be offended or you may be overall upset about something that may or may not come out of my mouth. That being said, this is your last chance, Dandelion. You can stop. Okay, here's the show.
Coming to the stage, Tyger Smith.
I'll shoot him.
Underworld Cartel.
Who shoot?
Tyger Smith, shooting with friends. I'm laughing off air. How's everybody doing again? It's got to be Saturday. We got to be shooting. Yes, it's Tyger Smith. It's Shooting with Friends, and I'm here with somebody who I know a little bit about. When she was working, her name was Belle, and you're not thinking of the girl that was trained by the late, great Tracy Smothers. We're talking about a different Belle, which, honestly, thinking about it, I did not know about the Tracy Smothers one before you took that name. I think she came after. I don't know. Go ahead, you can say hello. Shit.
Hi, how you doing?
You're just like, you were thrown off. You're like, what? No, I met both of them. I mean, I met her and I did a show with Tracy. That's why I was like, you know, what's funny is that somebody I know had this name a couple years ago. You know how that happens? And it's just like, you look at me, you're like, did you do your research? Anyway, whatever.
Right, we didn't have the great internet that we have now.
Well, we did. We had enough. A simple Google search does it all, you know? All right, let's jump right into this thing. Where did you start?
I started the Tiger's Den.
Tiger's Den.
Tyger Smith.
Yeah.
The monstrosity super beast. Among
the
others.
Inhuman monstrosity
Yes.
super beast.
It's a long name.
Yeah, it is a long name. It was, you know. Yeah, I didn't even know if you were going to actually say that out loud. So, how was it training with me?
You were a dick, but
Excuse me? I was not a dick. I was very thorough.
Thorough would be a good word to describe you.
Mm-hmm.
Intimidating.
Stop it. I was always nice to you.
I mean, we have to remember the first few weeks that I was training, and every time I bumped, I laughed my ass off.
Oh, yeah.
I could not control it. It was...
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And between you and Titus, I was just... Yeah, you guys were not kind about that, which I understand, because laughing when bumping is not exactly...
That was the first official school over on Buffalo Road, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. There was everybody was a little bit you know what, but what was funny about that school, and I mean, you went to where we would move to eventually after that, and there's something about that first school I loved. It was
great.
It was like when you went there, you knew, I'm here to work. You know, I'm not here to play around. And second school, not so much. Not so much at all. People saw, you know, for anybody who knew, like, after the fact of old NEW, yeah, like where we ended, it was a beautiful setup. You know, big ups to Brian Emanon for creating that entranceway and everything. But that's also where we trained, and it's like I remember you training there too, and it was different. It was different.
It was a different feeling walking in.
Yeah, you felt like you were already at the show. You weren't trying to get to the show, and that definitely changes people's perspectives. When I see like people just going to bump and they're like fucking posing in the ring, you know, with the background already behind them and shit. And I'm
Hard
like,
cams up there, guys.
Yeah, but you know what? They acted like it. They acted like it. So, what challenges did you find when you were training? I mean, you said I was hard on you. Were any of the other trainees that you were training with, were they hard on you? Did they go at you pretty hard?
I feel like there was very little expected of me at first. I feel like everyone expected me to fail. And
Really?
then once I got into it, everyone expected so much more of me because I was the only girl there.
Why did you feel like they expected you to fail?
I think it was because of the giggling every time I would bump in the beginning. I think it was because when I started, I didn't look like a wrestler. I didn't really act like a wrestler. I had a boxing background, but I didn't have...
Wait, you had I thought you had a kickboxing background.
Both.
That's all you ever told me was...
Because kickboxing was kind of my thing. I built it into my gimmick. But boxing was something I did in college.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Did not know that at all. Huh. Interesting. While you were developing your gimmick, your Jessie Belle gimmick, I mean, were you always Jessie Belle? I can't remember.
No, I came out at my first show. I was a firefighter. I put on some fire gear at the fire hall we were at in OSW.
Really? I totally don't even remember that.
I almost
weird.
blocked that out. It was a women's battle royal.
Okay.
And I came out wearing a fire helmet and fire gear.
They let you borrow?
Girl.
Did they let you borrow it, or?
Yeah, they let me borrow it.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I could barely even walk in it because it was one of the chief's gear, and he was a bigger guy. So.
Hey, you know what? At least he was cool enough to say, "Hey, you can use this."
Oh yeah, it was fabulous.
Okay. Well, you transitioned from fire. What was your name even? Did you even have a name? Or?
Everyone just said Shay.
Yeah, that was it, huh?
Yeah. I didn't really have a name yet.
Okay. So when you you transition from that to Jessie Belle, like, what was the mentality there for you to change from the girl, the happy-go-lucky, always laughs when she bumps girl to Jessie Belle, which I had mixed feelings about because I wasn't exactly sure where Jessie Belle was with everything. Like, I knew you were a fighter, you were a wrestler, but I wasn't sure what Jessie Belle was.
I feel like Jessie didn't really fit into any mold. She didn't really want everyone to be just loving on her and screaming for her and cheering for her. She kind of liked that, sometimes people were all for her because of who she was up against, and then sometimes people were kind of, I don't know. I wasn't a cheerleader. I couldn't walk out there and get everyone to just love me like that. It just wasn't my style.
All right. Did your religion play any part in how you shaped and handled your gimmick?
I don't think it did.
No, it didn't?
No. I mean, I grew up Jewish.
Yes. Which I knew, but I didn't know. But then I'm constantly reminded by pictures on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. She's Jewish. like, I know it sounds horrible to say, not that,
No,
but yeah,
I grew up Jewish. Like, we kept kosher in the house for a while.
Really?
Like, it was pretty intense, and then we kind of melted away from that, which was fine. And I kind of found my own way with like naturalism in high school and college, and kind of fell back into Judaism a little bit in my 20s. But I really didn't.
Now the reason why I ask, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but the reason why I ask is because of the nature of the religion and belief systems. I can't find, like, especially if you were Orthodox, them being okay with, hey, I'm gonna be a wrestler now. This is what I'm doing. Like, I don't see that. You know what I mean? Like, that seems like a. So how? I mean, was it a point of contention at all with your parents? I mean, were they like? Ugh.
So not with my mother.
Your mom was about it.
My mother was a black belt in karate.
Oh, there you go. That's why
she
liked to fight.
She has an attitude. She's that type of person you don't want to meet in a dark alley because she's just
cool.
Yeah, she's an awesome woman. My father was a little weirded out by me wanting to be a fighter in general. So when I did kickboxing, boxing, I was his baby girl. Yeah, my grandparents thought it was really weird. Nice Jewish girls don't do this kind of stuff, and I'm like, well, maybe I'm not a nice Jewish girl. I don't know.
What would you call a mean Jewish girl? Is there a term for that?
I don't think we have a term for that.
You don't have a term for it? How do you not have a term for it? We have one. It's called bitch. What the fuck? Okay. Now, this isn't the first interview you've done. I've heard you did an interview somewhere else and it turned goofy. What happened? Tell me all about it.
It turned goofy. It turned into campus safety being involved and police being involved. It was
what happened?
A situation.
What happened?
I was actually training to be a DJ at the radio station at my college.
All right.
And the person that was training me was in Army ROTC with me, so I knew him pretty well, and I felt like I could, be there.
Okay.
And right before we went in, he found a way to make me incredibly uncomfortable with his pants down.
That's not cool.
So I gave him a good swift kick and got my way out of there and made my way to campus safety while calling my brother. So it was a situation.
So wait. I'm trying to. So you're supposed to be on the radio show.
We were waiting our turn, yes.
And he decided he wanted to drop trow.
Yep.
And
and he's speechless, folks.
Well, no, because I'm like picturing it because I've got the ad, you know what I'm saying? So it's like my mind races. So now I'm trying to like picture this thing. It's like, weren't there like cameras? There was nobody else there. Like what was the thought process there?
This was 2002.
Oh, okay.
So no cameras, and it was just this very, very small room. Very small room connected to another very small room that was where the DJs sat. And
speaking to the fucking mic.
I am speaking into the mic.
No, there it is. Now you are. Jesus Christ, how many times I got to point at it? So whatever ended up happening to this person?
He was expelled.
Oh, I would hope so.
Yeah.
I would hope so. Have you ever seen him since?
I have not. He lived in Canada, so he just didn't
so that was
come back.
normal, eh?
I hope not. I hope it's not normal.
Oh, no. I mean, isn't that when Trailer Park Boys came out? Anyway. All right, so check it out. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna take it deep. Okay. You ready for that?
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay. Mark out for these words. Depending on which social media you decide to identify yourself with, we probably have that social media. Right now I'm talking about X. X, UWC for Life is on there. You can see tweets, twits, twats, whatever. What are they, exclamations? I'm not exactly sure what they call them these days. But you can find us there at UWC, the number 4 Life. You will get some updates that will be shared among the multiverse of social medias. Is it a multiverse? I mean, each one of them has its own. Yeah, I guess it could totally be. So check us out on X, UWC, the number 4 Life.
This is Lumberjack Brian. I just want to let you guys know you should really hit up facebook.com/UWC for Life. It is too
Can't say that.
Can't say it?
Can't say that. That's registered trademark.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I did not know. Totally. There's a lawsuit about it right now.
From who?
From the guys that own it. The big guys.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They seriously trademark?
Yeah, no idea. You could just give the address. Just give the address again.
Just give the address.
Yeah, just go.
Facebook.com/UWC for Life.
Yeah, go. Yeah. Any bomb squad, I see you, homie. Bomb squad. I see you. Black and Gold. Yeah. Antonio. Tyger Smith. Tyger Smith. Let's take it deep. Dangerous. Excellent.
It also might be because of the fact I'm drinking. All right, it's time to take it deep. And I'm going to start it off with don't date your brother.
Oh.
Yeah, let's talk about that. About you dating your brother. Go ahead.
Dating my brother.
Dating your brother. You know what I'm talking about. Go ahead. Now you're all red. Because everyone's going to be like, ooh, incest. Oh, this just became Game of Thrones. Oh, shit. All right. Go ahead.
Nah, one of the rules at the Tiger's Den was there's no dating of your brothers and sisters, and none of us were actually related, for those of you who are starting to panic.
No, they're not panicking. They're into it. I'm going to win an Emmy for this fucking episode now. Go ahead.
But no, yeah. I broke that rule.
Yeah, you did.
Broke it hard.
Yeah.
Fell for one of the guys. He fell for me.
Yeah.
romance, love at first body slam.
I just like visually went through my life and thought about all the people I've ever slammed in my life. And I'm
Did
like,
you love any of them?
I don't know, man. I did slam Super Beast a lot, probably more than everybody. I did too. That's weird. Ew.
Now you've got an image. There you go.
Yeah, I do. The person in question here is my brother Titus. It's fucking broad. She like. I remember when you two started, and I knew. Don't act like I didn't know. I fucking knew. We all knew, but I knew. And he was trying to keep it quiet. You know, to his respect, you know, he was like, he wanted to respect the house. So he was trying to keep it quiet, but his little, you know, like, all I picture is a fucking cartoon character, like going, ding, 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 you know, on his tippy toes when he came to see you. And, hi, Shay, how you doing? And I'll come in and he'd be like, yeah, you should go in there and bump. Like what the fuck happened? He like,
I'll
turned
bump
it. He like turned it the moment I came around the corner. Little fucking hearts floating over his head. No, when it okay, so I mean, let's be real about it. Both of you were in situations that were less than okay, and you both found your ways out of those situations, and then you found each other. Now, how did you break the news to your parents?
My mother was stoked.
Was she?
Yeah.
She looked at him and said, look at that big piece of dark man meat. Is that what she said?
So let's just say that the first time that Titus spoke with my mother was on the phone when she threatened his life.
I think I remember him telling me that. He's like, yo, Broham, she said she was going to kill me. Or I forgot. What did he say? Hold on. I'm trying to think of the exact quote if I can remember. Jesus, that was a while ago. Something like, I don't know if it was cutting something off or stabbing. I don't remember.
It was violent.
It was very violent. Yes, it was definitely violence.
She and I were on the phone. Titus was driving us home from Buffalo in a snowstorm. And he was in that rickety van that we always took. And my mother said, let me talk to the driver. Now, I was in my mid-20s. I figured she was just going to, say hi. And
he's a little older. He's a little older.
Yeah.
A little older.
So his eyes are bugging out of his head while he's on the phone with her. And he says, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. And then he hands the phone back to me. That's
a gentleman right there.
Yes.
That is a gentleman.
And once I hang up, he looks at me and says, your mother just threatened my life. I said, what do you mean? He's like, she said, if you don't get my daughter home in one piece, I will kill you.
Yes. Okay. I do remember that. That I do remember. And that's funny.
That's where the yes ma'ams came in. So
that's so funny.
That was the first time they ever spoke.
What about your father? Did he,
My father was just happy I was happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of unhappiness prior to that, so.
I remember you, like I said, both of you were in situations where it's like it wasn't pleasant. And the only reason why it bothered me because I cared about both of you, but the reason why it bothered me, being on the outside, and, some people were like, Tyger, it's none of your business. Well, yeah, you know what? Motherfuck you. It was my business. You know why? Because we're in the business of doing physical things with other people. And if our heads aren't there, we have the potential of hurting ourselves and the other person. So when I physically would see Titus, missing a step because of shit that was happening at home, and I would say stuff to him like, yo, what the fuck's wrong with you? I'd have to nobody else is going to say that to that big dude. No one's going to say shit to him. I fucking did. Because, one, I don't want him to look bad. Two, I don't want him to kill himself or kill somebody else or vice versa, And then I saw you and dude, it was a constant thing with you. Because I remember you got to a point where we would be training and other people had left the den, like at the first school. And I remember this clear as day. And I'm like, all right, well, you're like, you want to run through that thing again? I'm like, dude, it's fucking 9-10 o'clock at night, and I'm looking at you like, do you want to run through it again? Like, do you not want to go home? And you just, to your credit, I don't recall, and I could be wrong, but I don't recall you ever going out and saying, no, I don't want to go home. You're just like, I just want to make sure it's perfect. And the way you said it, I'm like, she doesn't want to go home.
I put everything into staying away from home without making it seem that way. Yes.
And it's like, I've trained a lot of guys, even if they don't want to fucking admit it. Fuck yourself. You know I did. So when you said that to me, it hit me in a different way where I'm like, fuck. You know, like, I felt for you because I'm like, this girl really doesn't want to go home. So between you doing that and Titus on the flip side, you know, being there, you know, dude, he was so quick out of his house some days when we were on the road. And I remember his ex-wife, you know, just, she hated me. I was the devil because I was coming to take him on the road. And it's like, this grown fucking man, dude. He's older than me, you know, like, fuck, you know, like, if he wants to go on the road, it's, you know, his decision. So it's like, when you two got together, I remember he was so nervous to tell me. And when he said, listen, I just wanted you to know, I wanted you to come from me, brother. I was like, yeah, you're dating Shay? You fucking knew? You know, in that weird, you know, like, what? As a matter of fact, how did you know? You know, like, you know how he is. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, are you cool with it, man? And I'm like, yeah, as long as you two are happy. You know, I'd rather you two be happy than be miserable and fucking, you know. And it was funny. I remember that moment. It was a weird moment. It was like, I could tell he felt relieved. So, okay, you guys got together. I don't remember the order of events in your life. If when you got together was before or after you won your first title?
That was after. After
you won your first title? Okay. Because I do remember the picture of you having a belt and him having a belt together at an OSPW show. And I was like, that's a cute picture. You know, thinking about it in retrospect, like, that's cool. That's cool. They were both champions at the same time at the same Fed. You know, that was cool.
And I look back at that photo and I smile because I'm like, this is before I even realized I had a single feeling for him. I was like, we're just both champs. This is awesome.
Bullshit.
And then we look back on it now.
You look at that picture. You're like, you're eye fucking this dude. Like, whoa, look at that. And he's all like, and dude, that was like his best. His body had ever been since I known him.
Physique was incredible.
Dude, he was. I think he was about 46 years old, or something like that. And he was
36.
Was it 36?
Yeah.
Fuck, am I throwing my eye? Okay, anyway.
He's 50 now.
But no, but okay, so he was 36, but he was fucking ridiculous. Like, he was like scary. He was like jacked. He was cut. I was like, this motherfucker looks good right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my. You have no idea how many.
He never touched the gym.
Huh?
He never went to the gym.
No, he changed his diet. That's all it was. He was. His whole thing was, what did he do? He no, he did do the gym. We lift some weights.
Very rarely.
Yeah, but I'm saying it wasn't like Macho Man shit. But you know, he definitely lift weights. But what did he say? He said he went vegetarian for like 2 months or some shit like that, and everything fell off. I can't do that. I can't. I need meat. I'm a meat. Do you eat meat?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm a fuck. I don't know how he did it. Like, and he looked good, and it wasn't like he was slow either. He was like the best I've ever seen him. It was crazy. So, speaking of which, okay, at that time you won the belt there. How many feds did you end up traveling to, like, working for?
I couldn't say offhand how many feds, but I know that I was holding titles in 9 feds at that time.
Jesus Christ, really? I didn't even know it was that much. I knew you were on the road a lot.
Yeah.
I knew you were on the road a lot. I was a little jealous at times because you were doing some cool shit with some notable legends in our business. I mean, you did a bunch of like seminars and different shows with who? Who did you?
Ended up at a seminar with Ric Flair.
Yeah. Oh yeah, really I remember cool. That.
Being in the ring with Rick and Reed Flair was just insane.
Reed.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
May you rest in peace. Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. Fuck. Anyway. Wow. That was whoa. All right. Anyone else of note or they?
Like Taylor Wilde was another one. We went up
cool.
to Canada to see her. Mm-hmm. That was a pretty cool seminar. Titus and I were the only ones there that were actually wrestlers.
Really?
And everyone else was just, they were trying it out for the first time.
Wasn't she she was with TNA, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And she was awesome.
Yeah.
Titus and I got to put on a little exhibition match for the group. And
did he give you the old...
he gave me the GMP.
Yeah!
And it was the first time I took it.
Isn't it easy?
It was so easy.
I know, and I told everybody. I'm like, everybody who I've described the move to, they're all like, fuck that sounds terrifying. And I'm like, no, I figured out a way to make it awesome. And when I showed him how to do it, he was like, oh, it's fucking gold. Right? So yeah, he was awesome at that. I loved him doing that movie.
Yeah, and that was the first time I took it, and everyone thought I died.
Yeah.
And then I just popped up like Undertaker. I'm like, hey, how'd it look?
This is what happens when you actually train. That's cool. All right, so damn, nine different titles.
Yeah, 9 titles at the time, and then I just slowly started losing them, and then I had my injury. So
do you remember what they all look like?
Most of them.
Would you go as far as, because I know your husband has this this addiction that I may or may not have a little bit of, but where he collects belts. Would you ever have them recreated so that way you could actually say, okay, these were the belts I had? I think that would be cool.
I have thought about it.
You should.
There's one in particular that I have a bunch of pictures with up on my Facebook page, and that one I would probably want to recreate. There was one that I was in the running to get to. Like, I was really fighting hard for this one particular title, and I tore my Achilles right before
what title
that
was
match. The Scorned Women's title. It was in Pennsylvania.
That sounds cool, though.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Scorn?
And when they retired...
Like angry chick?
Yeah.
Really?
When they officially retired the belt itself, they passed it to me in a ceremony at the show.
Do you have the belt?
I have it at home, yeah.
You got to send me a picture of that thing.
I will.
All right, that sounds cool. You know what? You send me a picture of that, and that's going to be the thumbnail for this podcast.
Awesome.
So everyone can see that. That's cool. Yeah, you tore your Achilles. Was that it? Was that the end?
I came back for one match to see if I could do it after that.
And what happened?
I could do it, but I didn't have the drive anymore.
Really?
I mean, I felt like I wanted to keep doing it, but I also wanted a family.
So this is before the kids?
This is before the kids, yes.
Before the kids.
So I tore my Achilles in 2011, and I came back in 2012 for one match.
That's right.
And then we tried for kids at that point, so I just...
You decided the kids were it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. I was thinking about how to say this. Why don't you fucking die, bitch? Is what cancer said to you.
It sure did.
So what happened with cancer?
I picked the wrong girl.
There you go. So yeah, all right. So I remember seeing on Facebook the whole thing you did post where you said that you had to go in. I think it was for testing. Was it for testing, or was it because you already knew and you were like?
So
give us a rundown.
I went to the doctor. I had lost about 80 pounds at that point. I've been on a big weight loss journey, and I had been warned that if you lose a lot of weight in a short period of time, you could end up with gallstones.
Okay.
And I thought I had a gallstone. I was very uncomfortable, and it had been going on for about a month.
All right.
So I saw the doctor, and they ordered an ultrasound. My gallbladder was perfect. But as they were searching around...
Why'd you say it like that? You're like you're plucking a fucking plum off of a tree.
But as they were looking around in there, they found a tumor on my kidney.
Oh, my God.
And they didn't say anything to me because they're not allowed, but the lady's like, can you turn on your side a little bit? I'm like, that's...
Wait. They're not allowed to tell you that they found a fucking tumor?
They can't tell you anything until the radiologist looks at the scans, so it's just the tech that's working on you.
But they told you the same day, right?
I found out... Yeah. No, I found out on Monday. So it was a Friday that I had... Oh, no, wait. Friday I was ordered the ultrasound. Tuesday I had the ultrasound. Wednesday I found out.
You know what I would have did Thursday?
I had a CT.
I would have went back in, found the fucking the tech, and I would have punched them in the face. Like, you could have told me this a week ago, you fucking asshole. Anyway, wow.
Yeah.
So how did you feel?
So I didn't hear from a doctor about it. I got my chart results.
You found
back.
out that you had a fucking tumor from my chart.
Yes, and it said like cyst on right upper pole of kidney, possible solid enhancing matter, which I know what that means because I was a medic.
Yeah.
And I've heard these terms before, and I'm like, oh, that's a tumor. Solid enhancing would mean that is probably cancer. Fabulous. So I immediately called the doctor. They ordered a CT. I went in for a CT. They confirmed that there was a solid tumor.
Fuck.
And the very next day, I met with urological oncologist who confirmed that it was definitely cancer in his eyes and it needed to come out.
Now, do you agree with that diagnosis?
Oh, absolutely. Once I had my surgery, they removed it, and I got my results back. Clear cell renal cell carcinoma, stage 1A. So they caught it very early.
Good. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. Fuck me, man. How did you tell the kids?
So at first, I gave them the rundown. I showed them the images. Mm-hmm. And because my oldest daughter wants to be a surgeon.
Really?
Yes.
Very cool.
She's very fascinated by all things blood, gore, and innards. I don't know. She's a strange child like me because I wanted to be a surgeon too.
Okay.
So I showed them the pictures and we talked about it's a tumor. We never said the word cancer because they lost their grandma to cancer. Oh. And we didn't want them to think they were losing me. So we took the picture of the tumor and we drew on it. We circled where it was. We drew stitches on it where we were going to cut it out. And then we actually did cut it out. And then I had them draw the scars on me so they could see what the scars are going to look like once I have my surgery.
I've never heard of anybody going to that degree.
Yeah, they were very fascinated by it.
No, that's cool. That, you know, I think it's cool for the fact that you you approached it that way because of the fact that who does that? I've never heard of anybody, approaching it that way because it's like, I have cancer, and it's like pretty much the word. Because, I had a cancer scare once. They thought I had colon cancer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago. And I was just like, they didn't tell me apparently the way they told you because it's like, they came at me and they're like, listen, you might have colon cancer. You might die. I was like,
what the hell?
What the fuck? Thank you, Highland Hospital. Anyway, so yeah, that was a whole ordeal. So no, at least you had enough breathing room where it's like, let me explain this to my kids. How was Titus during this whole thing?
He was a rock. I mean,
yeah.
We had talked about the fact that every night when I took my shower, I would cry in the shower. And he told me that whenever both of the girls were at school or both the girls were somewhere else and I wasn't there, he would have his cries because he was worried about me, obviously, losing his mother to cancer.
No, understandable. Absolutely.
So he handled it very well. The kids had a lot of questions. My oldest Googled kidney tumor while at school and learned about it possibly being cancer and went and had a meltdown with one of her teachers.
Really?
Yes.
Thank you, school. You failed the city. Arrow's pissed at you. Anyway.
So luckily, the teacher that she approached is a friend of mine and was on my Facebook, so she knew exactly what was going on and was able to calm her down.
Do you want some of that 99 bananas?
Oh, no, thank you.
All right, are you sure?
Stick with protein shake.
You know what? Let's take a quick, I'm going to fucking say it because I'm the bad guy. You gained a lot of fucking weight to the point where I didn't recognize you.
Yes.
And I mean, it was not flattering. It was pretty bad. And I remember seeing you once and I'm like, oh my God, is she okay? It was my initial idea in my head, but I didn't fucking say that because who says that? And then this whole cancer thing happened, and as you were getting closer to it, you did your like you said, your weight loss journey. You look fucking phenomenal. You look like how I remember you when you first started training. And I'm just like, holy shit, look at this girl. I'm jealous. No, like seriously, like you look great. You look fucking great. And so what are you doing to maintain that? Like what are you doing to keep that going?
So last September, I decided to start eating better. Started counting my calories, living in a calorie deficit, which sucks, by the way.
What do you mean a calorie deficit?
So you calculate how many calories that you need, and then you subtract a certain amount, 200 to 500 calories, and then you're living in a deficit, and you can lose up to 2 pounds a week doing that.
Really?
And there's calculators online you can use to figure out this is my activity level, this is how much I weigh, this is how tall I am, this is
as
how
I
much
drink
should
my
be
beer,
eating.
light beer.
Right, and I'm drinking my protein shake.
Yeah, I know. And with my 100 proof vodka and my light beer, anyway.
So I've been living in a calorie deficit and just eating less calories than I normally would, and I had lost a lot of weight just doing that and walking.
Really?
That was my first 50 pounds lost, was just walking and eating in deficit.
How much did you walk?
I walked usually 3 to 5 miles a day.
Holy shit. All right, that's good. That's
and a lot of that, it was at work. I would just go during my lunch break and just walk around.
Okay.
And then once I hit 50 pounds lost, I felt confident enough to join cardio kickboxing.
Oh, at Samurai Martial Arts.
At Samurai Martial Arts.
Yes, that fucking place.
I love that place.
That place is so ingrained. I've done so much dirt there. I love that place. Big shout out to Kurt. Kurt Sawyer, you motherfucker. I love you. Is Sensei Mike still there?
I have not met a Sensei Mike.
Oh, womp womp. He was cool. He reminded me of like a 70s version of Ralph Macchio. He was like Sensei Kurt's right-hand man for like decades. Like seriously, you ever met you ever met him, you'd be like, why is this guy like, I'm trying to think of, I think that the Ralph Macchio in the 70s, or I don't want to do this to him because he was a great guy, but almost like Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite sort of thing.
No.
I know, but he was cool. He wasn't like a
Right.
scumbag. So yeah. Anyway, so you're working out there, you're doing that thing, and I've seen the videos and the pictures and shit, and I'm like, good for you. Like, do you feel proud? Do you feel like?
I feel great. I'm in better shape now than I have been since I was 18 or 19 years old in
Really?
ROTC. Yes. I weigh about 20 pounds less now than I did when I was actively wrestling.
Holy shit.
And I can...
You want to go back to wrestling?
No. I've gotten myself to the point I'm deadlifting 275. I'm
Really?
squatting with 180.
Shit.
I work out while my kid's in karate, so I go to the gym there and I do my upper body, and then I go to kickboxing later that night. So I'm working.
You got
out
a whole
lot.
routine.
I do, and as long as I have stuff on my calendar, it's really easy to remember to just be like, okay, this is what I have to do. So
Okay.
I have it set. I work out 5 times a week, and that's on my calendar. The hard thing is the food. I love food.
Yeah, me too. So I saw a thing. You didn't have a relapse or anything. What recently happened that you were like, oh, what? I should have pulled up the Facebook post that you just did. What was it?
So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. I need another surgery.
Really?
And that's just one of those things. I found out I have a genetic predisposition for different kinds of cancers. So when you mentioned you're scared with colon cancer, that like resonated with me because according to statistics, I have a 63% chance, up to a 63% chance of having colon cancer.
Go get your colonoscopy, girl.
Next month.
There you go.
God,
but
why
did I just go to a...
Right? Thanks for the medical advice, Dr. Tiger.
There you go. Don't look
no.
at me like that.
That wasn't me looking at him like
No,
that.
no. I keep getting letters that I need to go back in for another screen. It's been a couple years.
Oh, it's that look.
Actually, it's been 9.
Dude.
I didn't realize till the doctor told me it was 9. I was like, oh, it wasn't that long ago. He's like, it's been 9 years.
Dude.
And I'm like, oh shit. Can you imagine?
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, hey guys, I've got colon cancer, so this is my fuck you tour, and I'm gonna start fucking off everybody.
God.
Like fuck you because of this. Anyway.
Only one of us can be going through this at once, all right?
know,
You gotta come out clean. You're good.
Yeah, hopefully.
So no, I have to have a surgery. I'll find out in the middle of October whether I need it right away or whether I can push it off till next summer.
Well, I hope whatever happens, I hope you come out clean and you keep fighting the way you've been. Fucking
Always.
inspirational, kid. All right, we've been spending a lot of time. Let's mark out for some words. Holy God, sometimes you just don't want to go to Facebook, you don't want to go to Twitter, you just want to look at a picture and either like it or ignore it or just keep moving on. Well, guess what? UWC at UWC for Life has its own Instagram. Follow us. See our crazy, wacky adventures. Follow us on to Instagram TV where you get exclusive stuff that you'll only see on Instagram TV. Stay in the now, stay in the wow. UWC for Life on Instagram.
What's up, guys? This is Notorious 107 Homicide. You're listening to Shooting with Friends. Ole, 51-50.
Okay, people, it's my, let's be real, it's all of our favorite point in the podcast. This is the shooting range. the way the shooting range works out. Have you listened to any of these podcasts, any of these interviews? Have you listened to
I don't think I've gone all the way through one.
You're a bitch for that. Okay. The shooting range, the way it works out, listening to music. I give you a name, and I want you to give me a one-word answer. If you have to explain more about the one-word answer, you're allowed to do so. But you ready to get started? It's a word association.
Oh, boy. All right.
What, do you look
Psych
nervous?
101.
There it is. Okay, we're going to start off. All right, ready? Trish Stratus.
Bombshell.
Yes. Deacon.
Genuine.
Okay. Garbage plate.
Oh.
That's not a word.
It's my word.
Vince McMahon. I love the look. You're like looking in the sky to
Ingenuity.
Okay. Tommy One Shot.
Oh.
Yeah, there it is. Okay.
That one took me a second. I'm turning this into one word. Blast from the past.
Okay. Ultimate Wrestling.
History.
Okay. Eric Eminon.
Old friend. I know it's not one word.
All right. Jay Flyer.
I'm gonna have to elaborate on this one.
All right, that's fine.
I love the guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna say jerk because he wouldn't let me suplex him, so I had to force it.
You son of a bitch. Anyway.
I love the guy though.
Delicious.
Final match. Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Her?
Yeah. I passed the reins. It was me versus D versus Cryptic.
That's a very odd final match.
It was, but it actually was a really good match.
Okay, all right.
And we enjoyed it.
I'll never forget. And we won't talk about that on the air. Anyway, Miss Elizabeth.
Goddess.
Yeah, there you go. Johnny Swift. I love the looks on your faces. I wish people could see the looks.
Right? There needs to be a camera like right in my face. Grappler.
Boss Sauce.
The best.
Triple H.
Hero.
Terry Cadillac.
Friend.
All right. Next era wrestling. I think I'm going to start filming this part of the podcast.
It needs to be filmed because I know
just
my
this
face
part,
is
just this
screaming.
part, so that way I can put part of it like on TikTok or something to get people like into
Yeah,
that.
my face is screaming something. Origin
Okay.
story.
All right, there you go.
There we go.
Mr. Perez.
Mr. Perez, great guy.
So, Rob Sweet.
Good friend.
Okay. P. Diddy.
Oy. Disappointment.
Oh, you know what's funny is I could put him in every shooting range and it'll stay relevant. Stephanie McMahon.
Queen.
Yeah, okay. Shadowcat. Go on, come on.
Honestly, I've been saying this for years. Bestie.
Really?
I love that dude.
Is it because you guys are the same height?
I mean, that might be part of it, but no, he's stand-up dude.
You know, I don't hate the guy. I don't. We and him have bumped heads so many fucking times because he's got a good mind for business at times. And he makes the same mistake that a lot of people make, where it's like you need to look broader instead of tunnel. And that's one thing that I will say that Deacon didn't have that issue to a degree. Like, he would have tunnel vision when it came, to him. But when he would listen, I'm going to fucking jerk myself off. When he would listen to me, his vision would turn a little broader and other people would get the shine. You know what I mean? Where Shadowcat, it's very tunnel vision. All right. Pizza.
Great treat.
I was going to say payment.
Oh, no! That's a shoot.
Tony Khan.
I don't know if I'm familiar with that name.
He's the owner of AEW.
I don't watch AEW.
Ooh,
I don't watch
you
it.
hear that, Tony? You lost another one. Anyway,
I have never watched an episode.
it's not great. It's not great.
So I'm not missing it.
No, not at all. Cryptic.
Old friend.
Yeah, I haven't seen that kid in almost probably, I don't even know. Right after his seizures. I have not seen him. It's been how many years? 10 years? 15? I don't fucking know. OSPW.
First chance.
Okay. The Latin Soldier.
Great friend.
Yeah.
Great friend.
Dewey.
Oh, love that guy.
He's a good guy. He's been on the show. I don't know if you heard this podcast. You should listen to his
I
interview.
think I need to. I didn't know he was
It's
on.
actually really... Oh, dude. Listen to it. Bruce Davis. I love the cheeks. Your cheeks are so red right now because you're just like smiling so much.
It's so many memories. Like just protective. He's always been so protective.
Yeah, I agree. He's been a good friend to me. A lot of people have mixed feelings about the guy. The guy's always been cool to me. Always been cool. All right, so you made it through the shooting range. Oh shit. Yeah, bang bang. Hold on. Wait, I don't have the it's a shoot. Okay. Well, you know what? We'll just I got to put the it's a shoot on here. Anyway, all right, mark out for these words, guys. Hello, this is Tyger Smith. I'd like to thank all of you for listening to all of the UWC podcasts. If it's Shooting with Friends, Social Anarchist, or any other possible projects we have coming down the pike. And most of all, we'd like to thank everybody for their support. Outside of listening to the podcast, we also have a tab with our link tree links that will take you to all of our different social medias and our shop. If you help us out by purchasing an item off the shop, it helps out the podcast exponentially. We love making content for you. So please visit the shop, see if there's something that speaks to you. It might be something to wear. It might be something to drink out of. But either way, you're helping out the UWC network. Thank you. Okay, you made it. You made it to the end. This is it. It wasn't that bad, right?
Huh.
It was actually kind of fun, right?
Yeah, survival of the fittest. And
Yeah.
a little bit of reminiscing. It was good.
Absolutely. You're out of the wrestling world. So I don't know if you have anything that you would like to share as a way for people to stalk you if they're interested. So do you have any like YouTube out there or anything like that?
I don't have a lot. I have a lot of videos. I just haven't posted them.
Why not?
I don't know. I can't get into my Jessie Belle Facebook page.
Oh.
I've probably got a ton of stuff on there that I can't see because I'm not my own friend. But
Would you forget the password?
Yeah, and I just haven't really thought about getting into it.
It might be something cool for the kids to at least look at.
Oh, totally. I mean, I'll go in and I'll stalk my old page and show them pictures and stuff.
That's so weird.
I know, it's weird. But yeah, like...
So you still have a Jessie. How do you spell that?
Jesse and then Belle.
You know that's...
The boy spelling?
No, that's the that's two different adult stars' names put together. You didn't know that. Act like you didn't know that. Did you know? I knew you knew.
Well, I always thought it was like the Jezebel.
No,
it's
like Jessie Jane, R.I.P. and Lexi Belle.
Oh yeah, Lexi.
Yeah. Okay. See, yeah, there you go. It's good the kids aren't listening. Anyway, I looked at as I'm writing my notes, right? And by the way, guys, if you have any questions for anybody, because I forgot to do this at the beginning of the fucking thing. Of course I did. Our text line is 315-791-2280. That's 315-791-2220. If you ever have a question you want read on the air, you can do this. Not just for this podcast, but any of the UWC Network podcasts. You can text us something. We will read it on the air. If you tell us, how great I am or how much I suck dick, you can tell me this, and I'll read it on the air. Just make sure you give me a name or something so I can give you credit. Also, if you want to stalk us proper, linktree.com/UWC, 4 life. That's linktree.com/UWC, 4 life. I know. You're sitting back saying, people only fans have this stuff. Well, only our fans will go to this link. How about that? We'll do that. Anyway, thank you for coming.
It's my pleasure.
It was fun. I'm glad, we should catch up more. I know it's probably hard, trying to find a babysitter and such.
Yeah.
But definitely, you and Titus come over. We'll play some Rock Band. We're putting together the stage. It'll be a good time.
Sounds good to me.
All right. For everybody else, remember, keep shooting.